Welcome to week 3 of the inaugural Cruiserweight Classic. 8 men have already taken the first step on their quest to walk out the winner, and tonight another 4 look to join them. The master of escapology, Zack Sabre Jr.
I've got more tricks up my sleeve than the Great Britain's most famous wizard.
Takes on a wrestling textbook in Tyson Dukes.
Guarantee you that you take me lightly, I will take you out.
One half of the Bollywood boys, Harv Sira,
I've made a career of proving people wrong.
looks to advance in the dance against the American grappler, Drew Gulak.
If I catch you at any moment, you're gonna have no choice but to give up.
The premier athlete, Tony Nese,
And the Cruiserweight, heavyweight.
looks to power his way past the aerodynamic Anthony Bennett.
This kid don't play.
And in our final bout of the evening, the hard-hitting, high-flying Raul Mendoza
Yo soy el número uno. Yo soy el mejor.
looks to spoil a comeback story for the Brian Kendrick.
This tournament could be a last hurrah for me.
8 men with one dream, to walk out the winner of the WWE Cruiserweight Classic. And it all starts right now.
University in Orlando, Florida, as the first round of the inaugural WWE Cruiserweight Classic continues. Last week we wrapped up the first half of the bracket. Tonight we bring you more incredible action. Let's take a look at our first competitors here tonight.
My name is Tyson Dukes. I am from London, Ontario, Canada.
Tyson Dukes trying to build some momentum.
In 2004, I've been working here for 2 years. I injured my ACL. I can hear pop. At that moment, I knew something was drastically wrong. I couldn't feel my leg. It was a long, long road coming back here. The Cruiserweight Classic to me is my opportunity. And I'll continue to strive, never quit, and I'll keep going until I get this done. Zack Sabre Jr. and I'm from the Isle of Sheppey in Kent, England. My motivation was just a passion. I can't make it not watch wrestling. I'm mesmerised by Andy Christian Code and Eddie Guerrero. My style is tactical. I've got quite a few tricks up my sleeve. Harry Potter's not the only wizard from Great Britain. I've only got one goal for this tournament, and that's to win it. In a tournament full of cruiserweights, if I'm truly the best technical wrestler in the world, then I'm going to win this tournament. And I think when you love something and you put the time and in, the rewards come.
The following contest is a first round match scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, representing England, weighing in at 181 pounds, Zack Sabre Jr. Mauro Ranallo alongside Daniel Bryan. Daniel, many people believe he is the favorite to win it all. You've competed with Zack Sabre Jr. What do you think?
Yeah, I have watched him grow into a man, and not only a man, but considered one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, regardless of weight class.
And his opponent, representing Canada, weighing in at 193 pounds, Tyson Dukes. Canada has produced many legendary competitors in professional wrestling. Tyson Dukes has nearly 20 years of international experience. He's nicknamed Textbook for his masterful approach inside the ring. A gruff, crafty veteran who realizes that now at the age of 38, this may be his last chance at the big time, Daniel.
Yeah, and he knows that he's coming in here. He's one of the most technically sound people in this tournament. He does the basics very, very well. Dare I say better than anybody.
fall, 20-minute time limit. Immediate collar and elbow tie-up in the break.
You see that wrap on Duke's leg. You know, he had a bad knee injury in 2004. I wonder if he's got some problems there.
That was in the WWE ring. He came oh so close.
Look at that counter.
But that knee injury put him on the sidelines. Had to take a job as a truck driver to support himself while still competing as a freelance wrestler. And now here he is again with this opportunity, but he's in tough against the technical wizard.
Yeah, look at Zack Sabre Jr. bend the ankle like that.
Nice reversal by Dukes.
Yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. believes in an ideology called escapeology. He doesn't want to fight you out of the hold. He wants to be so slick that he can reverse any hold that you put on him.
And of course, the United Kingdom with an illustrious...
Just like that.
Beautiful escape by Zack Sabre Jr. Side headlock takeover. Countered into the head scissors, but Zack Sabre Jr. grew up watching the tapes of World of Sport, Jim Breaks, Johnny Saint, John Cortez, so many greats.
Yeah, the British style of wrestling is very technical. You see it in people like William Regal in the United States, you know.
What an escape there. This guy's got more escapes than Houdini.
Yeah, look at that, just stepping to the arm, transitioning from arm to leg, leg to arm, going back and forth. You know, it's really hard for somebody like Tyson Dukes because I don't know if he's ever wrestled somebody like Zack Sabre Jr.
Step over.
Oh my gosh, into the cravat. He went from his arm to his head. You know, Zack Sabre Jr. really looks at this like a chess match.
No wasted movement.
Oh my gosh. That was so slick.
Again, employing the cravat. Dukes tried to escape, but Sabre snatches it one more time.
Yeah.
Fireman's carry takeover by Dukes.
See, that's what Dukes needs to do, though. His basics are impeccable. He needs to go for things like the fireman's carry. Try not to get pretty with Zack Sabre Jr. because that's not his style. He needs to grind him a little bit.
Dukes also competing in tournaments in the past, including the fabled Super 8 tournament. Now the cravat by Dukes, showing Zack Sabre Jr., hey, what you can do, I can do at least as good.
Yeah, the cravat really wrenches your neck. You know, and where the head goes, that's where the body goes. Oh my gosh, look at that counter. This is insane. These aren't the kinds of things that makes the crowd explode, but these are the things that you appreciate as a wrestler.
And these
They're
are the
just
kinds
incredible.
of things that you see from today's cruiserweights like Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, look, just slipping out of that chin lock.
There's that hammerlock.
Oh, what's he doing here?
He's going to try to break that arm is what he's going to try to do.
But he needs to not give Tyson Dukes any room. He needs to stay on it. If there's a hole in Zack Sabre Jr.'s game, it's sometimes he tries to get a little too pretty. Oh, this is
wow,
the Jim.
The ode to Jim Breaks.
Yeah, Jim Breaks special. Jim Breaks was a classic British wrestler. Would use this to defeat many opponents.
Nice reversal scoop and the slam by Tyson Dukes.
And that's what Dukes needs to do, and you can see him getting frustrated here.
And that could pay, that could cost Dukes, though, because when you bring anger and emotion into a contest, especially with someone as composed as Zack Sabre Jr., you got to be careful. Although Dukes now taking it to Zack Sabre Jr. with the chops and firing him into the opposite ropes. But there's the reversal by Sabre, the back elbow. Oh, and he dives off with a European uppercut. Shades of WWE superstar Cesaro.
Yeah, but you can understand Dukes' frustration. He's been so close so many times. Oh!
I thought Zack Sabre might be starting an uppercut party of his own, but now, oh wow!
And a kick to the arm just keeps going back to it.
He focuses on that left arm, focusing the attack on one part of the body.
And this
is
is
the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, another greats.
Slap to the face. I don't know if that's smart with Tyson Dukes.
Oh, it's a buster by Tyson Dukes, the great equalizer, going for the cover. He gets a 2 count.
See, and you don't want to slap a frustrated Tyson Dukes in the face. This guy has been so close so many times. Let's look at that Fisherman Buster one more time.
Wow, what impact. Go behind by Zack Sabre Jr. Fujiwara armbar here by Dukes. Seated Fujiwara armbar. Nice reversal, but look at Dukes staying with it.
Yeah, he's pretty slick on the mat himself. And keeps staying with it.
And what does a Fujiwara armbar, how does it differ? How does it vary from other armbars? And there's a rolling cruiserweight.
1, 2.
Finish your thought there, Daniel. Oh!
Big elbow.
And a near fall for Tyson Dukes.
The action going so fast, it's hard to explain some of it.
But the Fujiwara armbar, one of the nastiest armbars.
One of the nastiest. A big elbow right to the face of Zack Sabre Jr. And
Continues
another.
with the forearms. Oh, and there's the momentum coming off the ropes, adding the impact to it. Dukes now. Oh, Sabre going to the corner.
Misdirection. What's he doing here? Uh-oh. Is he octopus?
Looks like it. Oh, again,
And
though.
wrenching it back. All his weight on Tyson Dukes.
And attacking the wrist again.
Oh,
wow.
bending the wrist back. Attacking the head, the wrist, his ribs.
What a clinic. And Zack Sabre Jr., so unique.
He shouldn't turn his back on him.
Oh! But he can also resort to moves like that, a kick. Another leg sweep by Zack Sabre Jr.
And this is the hybrid of the new cruiserweights that we're talking about. It's not just one style. They can do everything.
Oh, including that running knee. Oh, Dukes just kicks out. Zack Sabre Jr.,
He's staying very composed, not getting frustrated.
very patient, the 28-year-old. He's passionate about his craft. You can see that. Oh, Manhattan drop by Dukes, followed by the DDT. Floats over into the cover, side press, hooks the outside leg, and Dukes almost with the biggest Duke of his career.
Textbook DDT by Tyson Dukes. He's been doing that for 20 years. Now going for the Texas curve relief. Zack Sabre Jr. counters.
Has his shoulders down. Bridge. Oh, and Dukes escapes.
Beautiful counter by Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, runs right into that nasty lariat from Tyson Dukes.
Yeah, nothing beautiful about that clothesline. It was just right in the mush.
Zack Sabre Jr. competing half his life. Started at 14. Now in the fireman's carry. No reverses. In
Whoa.
body scissors.
What's he doing here? Into
Oh, he's got the hammerlock.
a double wrist lock with the
double
body
wrist lock.
scissors.
Wow. How's Dukes going to escape this, Daniel?
I don't know. He's got him in the center of the ring. I would say he's just got to power out. Transitioning into the Jim
there's that.
Spring special. Transferring into the Umaplata.
Omoplata there. And the
Oh, and pulling back. Can Tyson Dukes get to the ropes? I don't know. He's close. He's really close. Wrenching the fingers back. Pulling back even harder.
And that's it. Incredible stuff from Zack Sabre Jr. Stuff you don't always see in the squared circle.
Oh, incredible technique. You know, he gives up a lot of power to a lot of these guys, including Tyson Dukes, but he makes up for it in superb technique. Did you see the way he bent his fingers back to avoid Tyson Dukes getting to the ropes?
Combination of Omoplata and the armbar.
And here it starts off. He's got the Kimura with a body lock. Transitions into the Jim Break special. And this, I had never seen this before. Watch this transition into the Umaplata. That was beautiful. And now, as Tyson Dukes reaches for the ropes, he just pulls back on his arm.
He was forced to verbally submit.
Here is your winner by submission, Zack Sabre Jr.
And with that unbelievable performance, Zack Sabre Jr. finds himself in the second round of the Cruiserweight Classic.
But how frustrated must Tyson Dukes be?
Came so close and yet ran into Zack Sabre Jr. but the veteran Tyson Dukes.
See, that's what I like to see. Big hug in the ring, show of respect. How could you ask for anything more than that?
Well, we hope you're enjoying the Cruiserweight Classic. Mauro Ranallo alongside Daniel Bryan. And Daniel, have you ever seen, I mean, you've seen everything in this sport. Zack Sabre Jr. putting on a clinic tonight.
You know, I was watching some of his stuff. I was thinking, oh man, Zack Sabre Jr. stealing some of my stuff. And then he was busting out stuff I've never seen before. And I was like, if I were to come back to wrestling, I would steal that. That's how good he was.
Innovative and, of course, successful, defeating Tyson Dukes and advancing in the inaugural WWE Cruiserweight Classic. Let's go back to the Cruiserweight Classic control room. Here once again is Corey Graves.
Thank you, gentlemen. Corey Graves here in the CWC control room. With that win, Zack Sabre Jr. has advanced, and we are officially past the halfway point of round one here at the Cruiserweight Classic. Now, the British technical wizard won't have to wait very long to find out who he will face in round two. As up next, we're going to see the submission king of Philadelphia, Drew Gulak, one of my personal picks to go all the way against one half of the Bollywood boys, Harv Sira. Let's take a closer look right now at these two Cruiserweight hopefuls.
My name is Drew Gulak, and I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Being a skilled technician in the ring always gives you a good advantage, because you can get the job done in a heartbeat. To win this tournament, it's going to take drive, it's going to take focus, it's going to take determination, it's going to take know-how. These are all things I have. For me, it's always been a slow grind. To be in the Cruiserweight Classic and to be in WWE is nothing short of surreal.
My name is Harv Sira from India. To represent India here in the WWE Cruiserweight Classic is such an immense pleasure. Eddie Guerrero was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up, and one thing I learned from Eddie was to embrace your heritage. Man, what can I do with India stuff? Something that's not so like stereotypical, like Bollywood, they sell fantasy. They want to see an underdog come down the snow-clad mountain with a pink scarf and beat up all the bad guys at the end. I'm definitely an underdog in this. I don't think people really see me as the guy that's going to go all the way. I've made a career of proving people wrong. If there's one guy that can prove people wrong here, that's going to be me.
It's the hard-nosed Philadelphia, Drew Gulak, taking on the Bollywood Don, Harv Sira, who will go on to face Zack Sabre Jr. in the second round. We'll find out next. You are watching the inaugural WWE Cruiserweight Classic. More action coming your way right now.
It's time for some more first round action! Introducing first, representing the United States, weighing in at 193 pounds, Drew Gulak!
Drew Gulak, a veteran of the American independent scene and a guy who really has a bit of a chip on his shoulder as well when it comes to this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, he's an incredible mat wrestler. He's a completely different style than everybody else in this tournament. A catch wrestler loves taking it to the mat and grinding his opponents into submission.
And his opponents, representing India, weighing in at 144 pounds, Harv Sira!
One half of the Bollywood boys, the only brother tandem in the tournament. Harv Sira, a staple in a promotion in British Columbia by neck of the woods. In fact, you and I met in that promotion, ECCW, for the first time. Danny O'Brien, you competed in the Pacific Northwest a lot as well.
Yeah, I don't remember meeting you, but I remember meeting Harv Sira and his brother. I mean, these guys are really good. They're really entertaining. He is the younger of the two Sira brothers, and I can't wait. He's a very entertaining guy to watch.
Has appeared in music videos and movies in Bollywood, hoping to enjoy the spotlight of the Cruiserweight Classic.
You've already received your instructions. Do you have any questions? All right, shake hands, please. Shake hands. Separate. Stand by. Ring the bell.
For the Trailblazer, Drew Gulak. He says it gives him goosebumps to hear his opponent scream in pain. Loves to employ those submissions and catch wrestling, go behind waistlock.
Yeah, that's not as mean as it sounds, though. You know, when I'm grappling with somebody, there's nothing more satisfying than when you're on top of them and you just hear that guttural when you've got a submission hold
Small
on.
package by Gulak for a 2 count.
Wow, good job by Cira getting away from him. He needs to stay off the mat with Gulak. Gulak is so technically sound.
Greco-Roman knuckle lock here tests his strength, and you have to think that Gulak would have the advantage.
Not only the strength advantage, but I think he might have a technique advantage here in these kind of Greco-Roman knuckle lock situations.
It's Cira in dominant position, although Gulak getting back up to his vertical base.
Yeah, he might have just been trying to relieve some pressure there. Big monkey
Beautiful
flip.
monkey flip by Cira,
Oh,
but right
but a
into
body
the body
scissors.
scissors by Gulak.
Let's see what Cira does here. Oh my gosh! Look at that! He had the body scissors, but he's crossing his ankles over each other. That's incredibly painful. The crowd doesn't necessarily recognize it, but that's one of the most painful submissions you can be caught in. You have to be careful when you have a body scissors that somebody doesn't hook your legs like that.
I thought the handshake was at the beginning of the match, and there, Gulak taking advantage of the situation. Side headlock back into the takeover, now just wearing down Cira, who gets immediately back up to his feet, fires Gulak into the rope, shoulder tackle by Gulak.
Beautiful headlock takedown and another beautiful
lateral
shoulder
press,
tackle.
but
He
Cira
waited too
escapes.
long.
Crossbody, but caught by Gulak, showcasing his strength. Right into the fireman's carry, but looking for the roll-up is Cira. 1 count. Rolling crucifix here by Cira for a pinning predicament.
One of the things I like about Gulak is,
Small package by Cira.
even as he's escaping these things, you can see him. He's still reaching for holds, reaching for legs. Great back elbow.
Yeah, runs right into that back elbow. Gulak. And a diving clothesline. Sends Cira crashing to the canvas. Lateral press hooks a leg, and Cira just barely escapes.
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing about Gulak is, like, I think he despises other styles, like the prettier styles. He likes to smash people in the mouth, just like this clothesline we're about to watch again.
What impact on that clothesline. And now Gulak goes again for the cover.
Always trying to win. Gulak's not trying to impress anybody. He's here to win. Look at those slaps.
Yeah, those pancrase-style open palm strikes. And there, just slamming him into the ropes.
Using every inch of the ring to his advantage.
He's been watching some World of Sport tapes as well.
He's an incredibly smart wrestler. This is smart of Cira, though, to catch a break here.
And why not use the ropes to your advantage like that? I mean, that just adds more pain to the slam. And wow, a back body drop, and Gulak ends up on the outside. Back kick by Harv Cira. Springboard cross body by Cira on the outside, wipes out Drew Gulak.
And this is Cira's chance. Gulak has been grounding him for the last couple minutes. He needs to come in with some explosive offense here.
Rolls Gulak back into the ring, breaking the count, goes for the cover. Gulak kicks out at 1.
You know, the Cira boys are real family people.
Ground and pound here from Harv Cira. Raining down those right hands, and you're right, proud to represent their Indian heritage. Their dad coming from India to Canada, working incredibly hard to give his family a better life.
Just so his boys could get opportunities like that, and look at that swinging neck breaker.
Gulak kicks out at 2.
Yeah, this is what Cira needs to do. He needs to create space. He's got to stay away from the headbutts and stuff like that of Gulak. I don't think this is a smart move by Gulak.
Gulak has faced the likes of Zack Sabre Jr. and Rich Swann, and now, though, in the grips of superplex.
Look at that. I didn't think that was a smart move for Gulak to go to the top, and Cira takes advantage.
Is it? You wonder, though, it looks like it's taking a look out of Harv Cira as well, though, gets back up to his feet. That's the kind of move that has impact on both people.
Yeah, but you know, one of the advantages of being lighter is that moves like that impact you less.
Right.
There's less body weight coming down to the mat. Look at Gulak trying to counter.
And does so. Escapes.
Going for the Dragon Sleeper.
Yep,
He's got one of those brutal Dragon Sleepers in the business. He's going for that ankle lock. Look, he's countering. He's countering.
But employs a Dragon Sleeper again.
Back
It has
again.
that body scissors, and now submission as Drew Gulak aggressively employs that Dragon Sleeper with body scissors to pick up the win.
You know, we're going to see a lot of submissions in this tournament. I don't know if there's a submission that people need to fear more than Drew Gulak's Dragon Sleeper. When he gets you in that Dragon Sleeper, locks on the body scissors, that's wrenching your neck, your back, in positions your body's not supposed to bend.
What about the influence of Yoshihiro Asai Ultimo Dragon with the Dragon Sleeper?
Yeah, watch the ankles here. Sear did a great job countering here, but Gulak goes right back to the Dragon Sleeper with the body scissors. Ultimo Dragon may have popularized it, but he never did a Dragon Sleeper as good as that.
Here is your winner by submission, Drew Gulak!
So there you have it. The Trailblazer Drew Gulak blazes a trail to the second round here on the Cruiserweight Classic, where he'll face Zack Sabre Jr. in what promises to be a mad classic. Two technical masters in their prime going head-to-head. And so we go from the mat to the air, as still to come, the Mexican luchador Raul Mendoza takes on the returning WWE veteran, the Brian Kendrick, who hopes this is his second opportunity to make a first impression. But up next, the charismatic showman Anthony Bennett faces off with the premier athlete Tony Nese, who will advance to the round of 16 here at the Cruiserweight Classic.
You are cordially invited to the most dangerous place on earth. Courtesy of the Night Bear of Suplex City. So be like The Undertaker, be like John Cena, like Seth Rollins, be like Goldberg. Find out what it's like to be victimized in Suplex City.
Product not yet ready.
Welcome back to the Cruiserweight Classic here on the WWE Network. 10 men earned their spot in round 2. Which of these next two competitors will join them? It's the kid that don't play, Anthony Bennett, against the premier athlete, Tony Nese.
Tony Nese from Long Island, New York. I call myself the premier athlete because pound for pound, I'm probably one of the strongest guys. On top of that, I'm one of the quickest guys. Yeah, I mean, I'm cruiserweight, but like a heavyweight. This tournament's definitely a proving ground for me. You're gonna hear this from 31 other guys, that they've worked so hard and they've trained their whole life to be here. But it's my time to show the world. By the end of this tournament, I'm definitely gonna be the biggest name.
I'm Anthony Bennett. I'm from Paulsboro, New Jersey. I'm 5'5" without the hair. I'm roughly 5'10" with hair. You know, I've always been an underdog. I'm coming in here, one of the smallest guys. Anthony Bennett, I'm 47. This is my chance for me to make a name for myself. This is my chance for me to actually show the world who Anthony Bennett is. I want the WWE Universe to know that this kid don't play.
Time for more scintillating action in the Cruiserweight Classic, and this one should be highly entertaining.
Here we go with our first round action. Introducing first, representing the United States, weighing in at 147 pounds, Anthony Bennett!
Well, Anthony Bennett's entrance is highly entertaining, putting on a show for the crowd. What about that lid, Daniel?
Yeah, I mean, he says he's heavily influenced by Kid and Play. Can you imagine that? When was that movie, in the 90s?
Yeah.
Is he even old enough to have watched Kid and Play?
Well, he wants to turn this tournament into a house party, that's for sure. Weren't you a Crisscross fan, Daniel?
It made me jump, I can tell you that much.
And his opponent, representing the United States, weighing in at 196 pounds, Tony Nese!
Known as the premier athlete, He feels that this is a huge opportunity to show the world that he's been overlooked throughout his career. Daniel, we've noticed from many of the competitors, they're saying they're so happy, ecstatic to be here. That's not the case with Tony Nese.
No, he's not happy to be here. He feels like he deserves to be here. And like you said, he's got a big chip on his shoulder. He thinks he should have gotten opportunities like this a long time ago. He thinks he's the most powerful person in this tournament. I don't know. I don't know if Anthony Bennett should be fooling around with a guy like Tony Nese. You know, I wouldn't be dancing and all that kind of stuff with a guy as angry as Nese is.
So again, one fall, 20-minute time limit. Anthony Bennett against the more experienced Tony Nese. Nese, an 11-year veteran, trained by ECW icon Mikey Whipwreck. Waistlock takedown by Nese immediately to get things started. Nice reversal into the hammerlock by Bennett.
Yeah, beautiful reversal there. Oh, I hope Nese isn't trying to overcompensate here. I know he feels like he deserved this a long time ago.
He has a size and strength advantage in this matchup, but the speed you would think the edge would belong to Anthony Bennett.
And Bennett back to playing with his hair, back to dancing. You know what?
Leapfrog lands on his feet, showcasing some of his agility.
Ducking that clothesline.
Well, move out of the matrix. Big knee lift. Roundhouse kick, leg sweep. Goes for the lateral press, hooks a leg. Bennett kicks out of one. Good stuff from both individuals, but Tony Nese showing he can take it to the air as well.
Yeah, you know, he talks about being the strongest guy in this tournament, but he also moves like a cruiserweight, and you could see it in stuff like that. You know, he's got a lot of muscle, but it's not bound muscle. He's still very limber, very fast.
It amazes me that he weighed in at 194 pounds, but still 50 pounds heavier than his opponent here tonight, Anthony Bennett, who tipped the Toledo at 145 at the official weigh-in.
But Anthony Bennett has always been a small guy. They call him the world's smallest monster. He trained at the Monster Factory. Oh!
Nice leg sweep again. You're right. The world famous Monster Factory in South Jersey. Nese on the apron, cartwheel. Oh, super kick right to the jaw of Anthony Bennett.
I am so impressed with Tony Nese's speed.
I thought he was going to knock that high top fade off the head of Anthony Bennett.
Uh-oh, what's he going for here? He's got to be careful. You don't want to get disqualified or counted out here.
Have a count of 10. Rolling cannonball there by Anthony Bennett.
If Bennett can get in the ring, he might get a count out here. He should try to get in the ring as fast as he can. Oh, I don't think that was a smart move by Bennett.
One fall with a 20-minute time limit, but if both athletes are counted out, they both are eliminated from the tournament, just like if it goes to the 20-minute time limit, it's ruled a draw.
Yeah, if it's a draw, both guys are eliminated then, too. Somebody will get a bye.
Double underhooks here, point by Anthony Bennett.
I don't know if he's going for the suplex here. That wouldn't be the smartest idea.
Reversal by Nese. Oh, and hot shots him on that top rope. Takes out his feet. And Nese again using the rope. Wow! Cabrera! And the moonsault from that second rope results in a 2 count.
Tony Nese attacking from many different angles. I think when he hit the ropes, Bennett thought he was going high. He went low, then went to the second rope, and from a moonsault from outside into the ring, Anthony Bennett could not have been expecting that. And you don't see Anthony Bennett playing with his hair now. He's not dancing, he's not fooling around.
Tony Nese beginning to wear down Anthony Bennett. Front face lock. Oh, Bennett trying to escape with those knees. But look at the strength of Tony Nese. And delivers a vertical suplex. Floats over into the cover. Hooks a leg. Still the smaller Bennett able to power out.
Just manhandling Bennett.
Oh, body scissors employed now by Tony Nese. And this, what do the body scissors do? I mean, they're driving the air out of Bennett, but what does it feel like to be in those body scissors?
Oh my gosh, it's a vice. It's like having a python wrapped around your waist. But look, Tony Nese had to let go of it. Sometimes I think with a smaller guy, it's hard to keep a hold of those body scissors. Great arm drag out by Anthony Bennett.
Bennett coming back with a forearm.
Showing he's not intimidated by
Stuns
Nice.
Nice momentarily, and again, that forearm staggers Nice. Backs him up, ducks under the clothesline, comes off the ropes, and a leaping clothesline by Bennett. And again, Bennett now taking to the air. Getting the better of Tony Nice, reversal on the Irish whip. Pop up, drop kick though by Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett's been wrestling guys bigger than him his entire career. This is nothing new for him.
Oh, when you're 5'6" and a half, 145 pounds, I believe that would be the case. Although looking to make a big splash here. Now looking for that tornado DDT for Nice.
guillotine.
Looking at the game, but look at the power of Nice. Just perches him back up on that top turnbuckle, blocks the kick. However, Bennett comes up again. Tornado DDT spiking. Tony Nice planting him like a palm tree in the Sunshine State, and he almost gets the pinfall.
Yeah, he didn't get all of that tornado DDT though. I'm not sure why. It could have been Tony Nice's power. You know, when you're jumping off on somebody like that, Tony Nice was trying to catch him. He just couldn't do it and wasn't able to get all of that DDT.
Oh. And again, this is where one would think Nice would have the advantage in the striking exchange.
Tony Nice, a left-hander with those elbows.
Blocks the kick. Goes
Look at that
underneath.
movement.
Waist lock by Nice. Standing switch by Bennett.
Sliding through
slide
again.
right through. Pump handle. Oh, power slam by Tony Nice. And immediately goes to the outside. Looking to get up to that top turnbuckle. Referee, though.
Wait, why is the referee stopping him?
Anthony Bennett may be hurt.
Is he knocked out?
Says he's okay. And so Nice, 450 splash from the premier athlete, Tony Nice. And if Anthony Bennett was in trouble before, he's in bigger trouble now as he just got pinned after the 450 splash. And the referee tending to Anthony Bennett.
That is a very big 450 splash by Tony Nice. You know, I'm still worried about Anthony Bennett here. I don't know if he dislocated something, or maybe he got dropped on his head a little bit on that slam. The wrestling is very, very dangerous, and Tony Nice is a very, very dangerous man.
Well, it's good that it appears Anthony Bennett getting up under his own volition, or at least getting to the corner. We are going to keep an eye on Anthony Bennett, but wow, the world needs to keep an eye on Tony Nice. What an impressive victory.
Yeah, and I think that's what people have to worry about. Tony Nice is out here to hurt people, to prove a point. Look at this power slam. Dropping him down. That's what put him out. Look at the way his arm is extended. I wouldn't be surprised if he separated his shoulder right there.
That drove the wind right out of his
Here's
sails.
the 450. One more look at the 450 splash. Anthony Bennett is not moving at all.
And yet Tony Nice is moving on in the tournament.
Here is your winner, Tony Nice!
So a competitive matchup, but it ends with Tony Nice moving on to the Cruiserweight Classic.
He's not happy. He's not surprised. He just thinks he's getting what he deserves.
And tonight we'll find out who the premier athlete will face in the second round. Will it be the high-flying Raul Mendoza or the Brian Kendrick? We'll find out next.
Welcome back to the Cruiserweight Classic. I'm Corey Graves, back here in the CWC control room. So far, 11 men have qualified for the Sweet 16 of this tournament. And we're about to find out who's going to be number 12, because it is time for our main event. It's going to be the high-flying luchador, Raul Mendoza. Trust me, don't sleep on this guy. Taking on somebody who returns to a WWE ring for the first time in nearly 8 years. Of course, I'm talking about the Brian Kendrick.
Pues venimos representando a México, pero también a toda la comunidad hispana. Mi ídolo siempre fue Eddie Guerrero. Él es más pequeño que muchos luchadores de su generación, de su época, y a pesar de todo él pudo salir adelante y convertirse en WWE Champion. Si él pudo, yo creo que mientras tú le pongas empeño, esfuerzo, dedicación, constancia y amor a lo que haces y respeto, puedes cumplir tus objetivos y tus sueños. Aquí estamos.
I'm here because of my experience.
Very opportunistic young man, very talented. It's Brian Kendrick.
It's the Brian Kendrick.
I was very fortunate to get to live my dreams, get to be a part of the WWE. When I had the world in my hands, I let it slip through my fingers because I was busy patting myself on the back. To have a second chance it gives me a new lease of life because without wrestling, I'm just living.
It's time for another matchup here on the WWE Cruiserweight Classic.
Here we go with our first round action. Introducing first, representing the United States, weighing in at 157 pounds, the Brian Kendrick!
No stranger to a WWE audience, no stranger to you, Daniel Bryan.
No, I absolutely love Brian Kendrick. And if I had to choose who I want to win this tournament, it would be Brian Kendrick. We had our very first match against each other October 4th, 1999, Far West Rodeo in San Antonio, Texas. And here he is, nearly 17 years later, still competing at the highest level.
A former WWE Tag Team Champion getting another shot here in the Cruiserweight Classic.
And his opponent, representing Mexico, weighing in at 198 pounds, Raul Mendoza!
He grew up idolizing Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat. And the reason he doesn't wear a mask like a lot of luchadors is because, well, he wasn't getting as many opportunities under a mask, Daniel.
Well, he also said he didn't want to hide his pretty face, which is, a whole different ball of wax.
What a thing. Right, Kendrick should be wearing a mask. He's got that creepy policeman.
In his early years, Brian Kendrick was compared to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, now he looks like DiCaprio in The Revenant.
Guys, we went over the instructions in the back. Any questions? Guys, shake hands. Back it up.
One fall, 20-minute time limit. The veteran Brian Kendrick against Raul Mendoza, who's also a vet of over 10 years in the squared circle. A clash of styles, though, here, Brian.
Yeah, Brian Kendrick has a huge experience advantage here. It's one of those things where, yes, Raul Mendoza has a lot of experience, but it's not the quality of experience that Brian Kendrick has. He's been in tournaments like this before. He knows what it takes to win.
Side headlock employed by the Brian Kendrick. Trained alongside my broadcast partner at Shawn Michaels Training Academy. Shoulder tackle. Nice camp up, though, by Mendoza. Oh, there's a response.
Brian's a little salty today, you can tell.
Couple of leap jacks. Holy cow! Nice head scissors takeover by Mendoza. Kendrick trying to regroup on the outside. Will Mendoza give him an opportunity? Handspring.
One of the things Brian talked about was that, yes, he has a lot more experience than most of the people in this tournament, but he also lacks, he gives up a lot because he's been doing this for such a long time. Your body can only take so much, and Brian is still one of the most athletic guys I've ever been around, but he's giving up something like that to Raul Mendoza, who's a lot younger.
So what does this opportunity in this tournament mean to Brian Kendrick?
See, I think this is a chance for revitalization. He doesn't see himself as being an older guy. He sees himself as still being at the top of his game.
Well scouted there by Mendoza.
And this is an underrated part of Lucha Libre. Look at at that submission!
Amazing submission move here by Mendoza. The Cesaro swing with a twist.
Yeah, he's crossed his legs. He's got him body scissored. It's going to be difficult for Bryan to get to the ropes here. He's all tied up. Come on, Bryan. There he goes.
Raul Mendoza showcasing his ability and agility, wanting to entertain the crowd here in the Cruiserweight Classic. And Brian Kendrick needs to go back to that drawing board.
I don't know if he needs to go back to the drawing board. Bryan is very smart, and he's been in a lot of precarious positions. See, look at that.
Big boot right to the face.
Using the ropes to get time and space to create an opening.
A veteran move there by Brian Kendrick. Big boot to the face of Raul Mendoza. And suddenly Brian Kendrick is the man on top in this matchup.
Yeah, and this is where Raul Mendoza is in a lot of trouble. Look at him grabbing at the nose.
He's wearing braces. And look what Kendrick's doing to him. He says he wears braces so he can have nice teeth. I don't know what kind of a mouth he's going to have after a shot like that.
He opened his mouth, forced it into the ropes, and then kicked the ropes. That'll knock a couple teeth loose, that's for sure. And look at this.
Did you just lose one trying to
Yeah, I might have lost one there.
Double armbar here.
See, and this is the experience. He knows how to grind the person down. That's really going to wear on Raul Mendoza's shoulders.
He makes it to the bottom rope to precipitate the break by the referee.
And see, Bryan has learned a lot because he has started training other wrestlers in Los Angeles. He talks about that, how it's taught him to lose his ego and be more in the moment. Oh, look at that!
Beautiful roll up here by Mendoza, who's bleeding from the mouth. You see the damage from that kick by Kendrick, and he targets the mouth again with that elbow.
Yeah, one of the things he talks about with training is he has to examine why every technique works, and that's sharpened everything he does in the ring. Oh, they're having to check on him.
Making sure that Raul Mendoza can continue.
He's bleeding from the mouth.
Referee saying he's okay to continue. And if that's the case, Kendrick just collided with him with that corner clothesline. I don't know if he's going to be okay after that strike.
If his face is bleeding, Bryan's going to clothesline him right where he's bleeding.
Oh, there's the heart of Mendoza with the chop. Slides right through the ropes. Avoiding the attack of Kendrick. Springboard missile drop kick sends Kendrick all the way across the ring, on the other side.
And the ref checking it might have been just the break he needed. What is he going to do here?
Corkscrew plancha by Mendoza.
And this is not the position that Brian Kendrick wants to be in at this point in the match. He liked where he was, beating on him in the corner with his mouth bleeding. But now, Raul Mendoza is flying all over the place, and this is his game plan. This is what he wants to do.
Well, Mendoza taking chances. Look at that dive. Great stuff from the luchador.
To pull a dive out at this point in the match when you're bleeding, it can reinvigorate.
Using the ropes again, looking for that 450 instead. Oh.
This could be it.
Back press.
Come on, Bryan.
Kendrick lifting the right shoulder. Of course, we're unbiased announcers here on the Cruiserweight Classic, Daniel.
You claim to be unbiased. I'm not unbiased at all.
Kendrick, face first into the turnbuckle. Raul Mendoza setting him up, full head of steam, but he runs again into the boot. Up right toe.
There you go, Bryan.
Rocket kick by Kendrick.
His precision is on point.
And yet, instead of going for the cover, he wants to make a statement to the luchador, and it costs him. He gets crushed on the top turnbuckle, tied to the tree of woe.
Kicked right in the head while upside down. That was a mistake by Bryan. I honestly couldn't believe he just did that.
The crowd on its feet.
Come on, Bryan, you gotta get up.
Anticipating
you got
what's
to get
next.
up.
Raul Mendoza looking to go coast to coast.
Oh my gosh!
Right into the double knee backbreaker.
Come on, Bryan, kick out, kick out, kick out.
Press.
His foot's on the ropes. His foot's on the ropes.
And Kendrick able to stay alive in this matchup. Raul Mendoza throwing everything in his arsenal at the veteran Brian Kendrick. wrestling champs here at Full Sail University.
Oh, Brian could be hurt here.
Might be playing possum. That's exactly what he was doing.
Genius
Neck the
play.
second rope. HBK move right there.
Oh, and the bully choke! The bully choke!
And that's it, Brian Kendrick, trained by Shawn Michaels, taking a page out of HBK's playbook and winning it with the bully choke. Wow, what a comeback for the Brian Kendrick.
I thought he was done. Even Brian surprised me there. You know, but he is so intelligent. He is one of the smartest men in this tournament. One of the smartest men I've ever met.
Shades of Mineral Suzuki. What's that? Move at the end and look at Mendoza still in pain. Still on the mat recovering. A lightning quick recovery as again, from one time zone to another, Mendoza!
I didn't think Brian was going to be able to recover from that one. Into the backbreaker there. I thought this was it for sure. Brian gets his foot on the rope.
And the crafty veteran knows all the tricks. Setting Mendoza up.
Reverse headlock, hip throw, right into the bully choke.
Putting all kinds of pressure on his back. And forcing the tap out.
You know, I don't necessarily approve of the methods, but I am so happy.
Your winner by submission, the Brian Kendrick.
Since you're so happy, I'll let you have the last word about Brian Kendrick's win, Daniel.
I'm not exactly thrilled with the methods, but I couldn't be happier that Brian Kendrick is moving on to the next round of this tournament. He's my pick. I want him to win, and I hope he goes all the way.
So we are 3/4 of the way through with our first round. More action coming your way in the inaugural WWE Cruiserweight Classic.
Thank you for joining us on the Cruiserweight Classic. The last 4 competitors to advance to round 2 will be determined next week. As the agile acrobat, Rich Swann takes on the explosive, hard-striking Jason Lee. The high-flying, always entertaining no-FDR battles the Golden Lion, Gerv Sira. Also, next week, the extraordinary gentleman Jack Gallagher goes one-on-one with the aggressive Italian Fabian Eichner. And in the final match of the first round, NXT's Johnny Gargano takes on his former tag team partner, Tommaso Ciampa. We will see you next week, right here on WWE Network.